morning, everybody, and welcome to the Samsung Developer Day Conference 2014 here at MWC in Barcelona. My name is Alex Souchet, and I've got the great pleasure of being your MC for the afternoon. So today we're going to be learning about the latest tools, SDKs, and of course technologies for Samsung's devices and APIs for Samsung's content services as well. After all of these sessions, we're going to get an opportunity to speak to each other, share our thoughts on what we've just heard, and also to speak to Samsung's technical experts about the things that they have spoken to us about today. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. Here to give us the big picture is the president of the Media Solutions Center of Samsung Electronics. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm round of applause, please, to Dr. Hong.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Samsung Electronics, I would like to thank all of you for joining the Samsung Developer Day. I'm very honored to be here with you and to have a chance to explain Samsung strategies in content services. Samsung has introduced a number of innovative devices, from smartphone all the way up to smart TVs, which makes Samsung clear leader in multi-screen. By leveraging multi-screen leadership, Samsung is able to offer to customers unique, innovative services which create very meaningful user experience. I'd like to talk about two examples. First one is Samsung Watch On. Samsung Watch On allows consumers to enjoy TV shows and movies across mobile and smart TV seamlessly. It offers a vast selection of contents from very popular premium service providers such as Walkie, Video Feature, Chili, and many others. Another example might be Samsung Gamepad, which was launched in last December. By connecting smartphones to smart TV, consumer can enjoy a console gaming experience. This is a very interesting service item that we like to offer to the market. Through this effort, more than 220 consumers have already signed up for Samsung account in order to use Samsung devices and services. Then, today's question is, what should we do next together to offer new experience to our consumers? We keep our eyes on the fast growth wearable devices. According to Business Insider, wearable devices sales expand from 29 million units in 2012 to 300 million units in 2016, which means 10 times in just 4 years. In accordance with that forecast, many wearable devices have been introduced to the market, and many companies across industries are joining this race right now. Samsung also, of course, has a beautiful portfolio of wearable devices, including Gear and Gear Fit, which I'm wearing right now. This, of course, gives users a new way to experience and connect with their smartphones. We see another big opportunity in another area. That's the mobile healthcare. With an aging population globally, mobile device expansion, and progress in sensor technologies, mobile healthcare is expected to grow very rapidly and with a significant impact in the market. One study shows mobile healthcare is supposed to be 10 times bigger in 2018 compared to figure in 2012. Now in app stores like Google Play and Samsung App Store, approximately 100,000 mobile healthcare applications are available. And as a matter of fact, millions of people are using those applications today. Reflecting these trends, 37% of angel fund in the United States is being invested in healthcare, mobile healthcare area. To support these trends, Samsung are creating multiple different SDKs, including Gear, Gear Fit, and S-Health SDKs. In these fast-growing areas, Samsung and our partner should closely collaborate together to create new experiences to consumers and to achieve great success together. Samsung has 9 SDKs in total. 3 of them are new ones. Samsung has been working hard to provide a better developer environment so that you can actualize your creativity into amazing apps and services. As an example, we are going to today introduce 3 SDKs, including upgraded mobile SDK, multi-screen SDK, and multi-screen game SDK. Our strong collaboration will produce the best services and accordingly best user experiences, which is beneficial to both Samsung and our partners. Of course, this will create many new possibilities for Samsung and our partners, and eventually for our customers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's journey to new possibilities all together. Thank you very much.
So let's take a look at these newest SDKs, those for the Gear and the Gear Fit SDK. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a very warm Barcelona welcome to the Senior Vice President of the Media Solutions Center America of Samsung Electronics, Mr. Curtis Sasaki.
Morning. I'm here to talk about 3 of the SDKs that Dr. Hong mentioned. But first of all, let's talk about some of the new products. Last September, we introduced the Gear at IFA in Berlin. We believe the Gear is a perfect companion device that allows users to experience the true Galaxy experience in their everyday lives. So my story using a Gear is that I get a lot of phone calls, I get a lot of SMS messages, and I'm really curious to know what's the late breaking news. And I don't know about you, but many times I keep my Note 3 in my pocket. And have you ever missed phone calls, because you're, as a male, trying to pull it out of your pocket? Well, with the Gear, I don't have to do that. I can actually just look at my wrist and I get all those notifications right there. The most interesting part of the Samsung Gear is that it bridges the gap between a mobile device as well as fashion. Anybody heard of Oprah Winfrey? She's a very famous American icon. Well, she named the Gear, as one of her favorite products of 2013. Why should you, as a developer, develop for the Samsung Gear? Well, let's go through some numbers and some pretty interesting use cases. So if you look at the smartwatch annual sales forecast, there was about 1.9 million units sold globally in 2012. But look at the growth. According to Business Intelligence, smart wearable technologies are going to grow to over 90 million in just 4 years. That's an incredible growth. And as you as developers, I think it's always inspiring to know what other people are doing with products like the Gear. At CES, in our booth, we had BMW demonstrating how the Gear could be used and integrated into their very cool i3 electric car. The Gear app gives information about how much battery power you have left in your car, how far can you drive, and it even tells you if your doors are open or closed. But what's even cooler is the watch can be used to send your destination right into the car's navigation system. You can also adjust the climate in your vehicle, and it can even recognize voice commands right to the Gear watch. Now, if you could unlock the car, that would be probably the coolest additional feature. The second example is integrating a Gear into a bicycle. My wife is a very fanatic bicyclist, so she's going to love this feature. We had a Trek bicycles actually integrating the Gear into the handlebar. And while you're cycling, looking at the Gear, you can get some very vital statistics about your speed, about your cadence, as well as distance. And the last example I'll share with you is smart home and Gear. Imagine just saying, going out, and your lights starts to dim in your house, your audio system starts to shut off quietly, the temperature of your house changes to its energy efficient level. Imagine being able to say, good night, and your televisions automatically turn off, the lights dim, shut off, and again, making it very automated. I think that's pretty amazing. So these ideas are just some of the things that you might think about developing applications. So now let's talk about what's new. On Monday evening, we introduced the new Samsung Gear 2. And as Dr. Hong showed you, the very beautiful orange Gear Fit. So let's talk about the Gear 2. And I have it on my wrist as well. So a couple of key features. It has a very gorgeous AMOLED color display. It's super easy to read, very, very clear. It's 320 by 320 pixels. It has an accelerometer and gyroscope built in. But here are some of the really interesting new features. It has an optical heart rate scanner built into the back. So you don't have to wear those heart rate bands on your chest anymore. It also has infrared built in. So here, there's a camera and infrared support. So imagine being able to control your audio video systems and your TV right from your Gear. The camera is 2 megapixels, and there's still a speaker and microphone built in. So like me, you can take your calls right on the Gear. It's really amazing. And best of all, it's IP67 certified. And what does that mean? It means if you accidentally forgot to take it off jumping into the shower, you're actually okay, you're safe. You can actually go up to 3 meters down in water for a short time and it still is fine. And with all these additional features, you can see it's still very gorgeous, very slim, and very beautiful. The Gear 2, as I said, can further enhance your life because it has the built-in heart rate monitor. And now I'm actually going to try it here. It says my heart rate is at 75 beats per minute. I don't know if I believe that because I'm pretty nervous. But it also, as I said, has infrared control, so you can actually tune your TV or change your audio-video system. And I think you as developers can come up with some pretty exciting applications using infrared. Now, the other really cool feature that I would really anxious to use when I go to a gym is being able to play music. And now, this has 4 gigabytes of memory, so you can upload your music into the Gear and actually stream it wirelessly to Bluetooth right to your Bluetooth headset. Now, I think that's a pretty cool feature. What do you think? So, as you know, we launched the Gear last year, and it was compatible with the Note 3. Now, when the Gear 2 ships, it will support over 17 different Samsung devices, not only smartphones, but also tablets. As most of you here are developers, one of the key goals was to make it very easy to develop Gear applications. To develop for the gear, if you already know HTML5 and CSS, you can already use those skills to innovate on the gear. The new gear is the first wearable powered by Tizen. It's an open source platform. So let's briefly talk about the new gear SDK. The new gear SDKs, APIs, will give you as developers access to many different features that I already mentioned. There's a motion API, which you can ask information about, is the user sitting? Is the user walking? Is the user running? Or if the user is even in a car. There's APIs to actually access the infrared sensor, APIs to get access to all of the different sensors in the gear. There's also context-related APIs, and even APIs to access the built-in camera. Now, the Gear 2 is paired with a host device, a smartphone or a tablet, and applications consist of two parts. First, there's a widget that runs in the gear, and still, an application that's running on your host device that's actually developed in Android. So, as you will learn in the session later this afternoon, developing for the gear is very, very straightforward. You develop using web technologies, and you actually embed that in the Android application. Now let's talk about the new Gear Fit. Among wearables, you can see by this chart the BI Intelligence market projections. You can see that fitness bands and other activity trackers has extreme growth still in the years to come. Now, if you haven't seen the Gear Fit, it's pretty amazing. And let me show it to you. Can you see this? So one other thing you'll notice, it has a curved display. And my wrist is pretty small and very curved, so it fits my wrist beautifully. Now this curved display, you can see the color of the Super AMOLED screen. It's 432 by 138 pixels, and it's so crystal clear and sharp. I don't think we've seen another band product with this level of clarity. It's been optimized for low battery performance, consumption, but some of the key features that it has integrated includes an accelerometer, a gyroscope, and just like the Gear 2, it has an optical heart rate sensor built in. So again, you don't have to wear the cumbersome heart rate bands. And just like the Gear 2, it's IP67 certified, so it's water resistant and also dust resistant. Now, best news for you as developers is we're opening up an SDK so you can develop solutions that run on the Gear Fit. So the Gear Fit addresses three key user needs. First, obviously, is health and fitness. It can even give you, through your Samsung device, personalized motivational hints. It's very iconic, and with the changeable bands, you can also personalize it to your particular tastes. And not only does it have this beautiful, gorgeous color display, but it also has a touch screen interface that you can swipe very easily. Now, when this is launched, this will support over 20 Samsung devices. So, the question is, how do you develop for the Gear Fit? The easiest way to think about the Gear Fit is that it's an extended screen from your Android application running on the Galaxy phone or tablet. The Gear Fit SDK is composed of two main pieces. There's a service for Gear Fit. Basically, that translates all the requests from your smartphone or tablet that it receives onto the Gear Fit. And second, there's a widget for Gear Fit that basically displays all the information it receives from the host and captures and sends all the UI events from this display back to the phone. Now, in order to make development much easier, there's already 12 widgets that are pre-done, and we're continuing to add more. These include things like labels, sliders, progress bars, media controllers, spinners. Those are already done, and you can reuse those in your applications. So to summarize, the difference between Gear 2 and Gear Fit application development is pretty simple. For Gear 2, the application is written for Android with a corresponding widget that runs on the Gear 2 watch. You can also create standalone applications. And for Gear Fit, a host application in Android is always required. So let's take a look at some of the partners supporting the new Gear. As you can see, it spans many, many different market segments. Now, no Keynote would be a Keynote unless you take a risk and you do a live demo. So we have a live demo. So I'm a very heavy eBay user. My last eBay purchase was a San Francisco 49ers jersey. So I'm very competitive and I hate being outbid. So I want to welcome Charles Lin. He's head of business development for eBay Innovations up to stage to talk about what eBay is doing on Gear. Welcome, Charles.
Thank you, Curtis.
So Charles, tell us what eBay is doing.
So eBay for Gear is eBay's first app on any wearable device. And we are actually very, very proud to work with Samsung on this project. Users who have the Gear 2, the Gear, and also our eBay app have an advantage over anyone else who doesn't have it. The reason is this. They're always constantly connected to their shopping activity. If an item is actually ending soon, well, they get notified instantly. If they're outbid, well, they get instantly notified. And time is crucial. So just in case they want to bid again, all they have to do is take out the Gear and swipe and set. So for us, the Gear is actually a very key component in the shopping experience.
Now, we have to try a live demo here.
Okay. So cameraman, if you could shoot on this. So just to give you a backdrop, 2 days ago, I wanted to give my younger brother a gift, a vintage boxing glove, and place a bid on it. But here you could see that I've been outbid, but no worries. All I have to do is 3 things. First, tap on the item. Second, swipe to increase my bid. Third, and confirm. There you go. I'm the winner. So 3 swipes, I'm the winner. 3 swipes, I'm back in the game.
Wow, I could have used that when I lost the last bid.
Yeah.
So tell us what it took for eBay to do this development.
For eBay, it was actually a very pleasant surprise. Actually, it was very pleasant because it was basically based on very familiar web technologies, right? HTML5, the tools, and also the SDK for Gear was actually very good because it provided a lot of heavy lifting for our developers. So all in all, actually, our developers had a great kickstart, and we believe that will be the same for all your developers too.
That's great. Thanks for the demo.
Thank you.
Now, I'm sure you want to get into seeing and understanding what it takes to actually develop. We have, right after lunch, 2 very technical sessions for both Gear 2 development as well as for Gear Fit development. Here's a URL that you can get more information. And we're anxious for you to get started and do some very creative work on developing for Gear and Gear Fit. Now, as Dr. Hong mentioned, we think there's big opportunities also in health and fitness. Here's a couple of numbers which are actually kind of scary. The average US citizen in the US spends about $8,000 $232 per year on healthcare. An average family of 4 spends over 20,000 US dollars a year. You know, that's a lot of money. Now, probably the most scary thing looking at these numbers is even with that level of spending in the United States, still $55 billion annually is spent on dietary products. And what does that tell us? It tells us that Americans are probably not exercising or living a healthy enough lifestyle. So we think we can do better. Now, how does this translate into mobile application usage? As you can see from this chart, just over the last 2 years, it's almost doubled in terms of fitness mobile application usage, as well as nutrition and dieting mobile applications. Now, we already talked about how fast the wearable technology segment is growing, but if you look at this chart, you see the yellow line and the blue line growing at the fastest rate. And this is for healthcare and medical, as well as fitness and wellness. Now, this data just came out, so it's hot off the press. And you look at 32% of mobile users are using fitness applications already today. 31% of tablet users are using their tablet to look up health information. And the last one is pretty amazing. 25% of smartphone users are using it to track their health, exercise, or diet. Now, maybe we can do a quick poll in this room. How many are using applications on their mobile to do fitness tracking, run tracking? That's quite a bit of you. So I actually have about 6 applications I use on my phone for this case. Now, in health and wellness, there's a continuum from wellness to preventative care to at-risk, and probably an area where none of us want to be is in critical care. Now, with Samsung S Health, we're going to focus on the first 2 areas, wellness and preventative care. Now, last year, we introduced and shipped S Health, which helped users track their steps. You could enter what you ate, and would provide you with information about how you're doing. Today, we're pleased to announce S Health 3.0 platform. It's designed to establish an ecosystem which ultimately provides users with a very integrated view of how they're doing. Now, as I said earlier, folks like me, I have 5 to 6 applications for fitness and health. And going through every single application individually becomes very tedious. So we think we can do better. The S Health platform provides 2 major functions: activity tracking and a cloud service. Through activity tracking, it collects data about you as a user from all the different sensors. It creates and stores information about your exercise history, your health information and food intake. And it displays cumulative results, as you can see on the last bar, of how you're actually doing. Now, to this activity tracking function, S Health collects a lot of data about the user. From the heart rate monitor to the pedometer, all that information can be stored. S Health supports already Bluetooth Low Energy, and USB standards, but we also support a protocol called ANT+. Now, if you go to a gym, a lot of the equipment you might use, from treadmills, support ANT+ protocol. Now, the benefit to a user will be ability to get information about your exercise routine directly from that equipment into your smartphone and into S Health. So since S-Health provides a tool to manage the user's health data, there are two SDKs for S-Health. Now, if a user opts in and consents, you as a developer can use the SDKs and get access to all of the sensor data. And we also provide two API sets here, as you can see, the client side and the service side. The client SDK provides a standard interface for the various sensors, also for device connection, and access to the individual biodata of a user. The client SDK mainly supports communication with internal as well as external sensors. The second SDK is called the Service SDK, and that provides a secure personal health record data storage. And we're also opening this up to developers. The Service SDK provides these APIs to retrieve the secure data from the S-Health server, provides the ability to analyze the data, and also provide statistics. Now, access to the server, we have to respect the user's privacy. So in the United States, there's a very strict HIPAA compliance you have to follow, and S-Health servers supports that. So let's talk about a very simple use case. So in the morning, S-Health shows your body status and goals for today. It's all based on your lifestyle assessment using all the transmitted data that's collected. Now, midday, you may decide to go to a gym. And during your workout, you'll get coaching advice. And then in the evening, when you go home, you can see your ranking, and you get more encouragement to be more active and live even a healthier life. Now, to give you an example of how a very creative developer company is doing by integrating into S-Health, I'm going to bring up the founder and CEO of Lark, Julia Hugh. But before I bring Julia up to give a demo, let me tell you very briefly something about Lark. Now, Lark was named one of the 10 most innovative consumer companies in the world by Fast Company. Now, Lark's first product helped reduce insomnia by 50% just by using personalized coaching techniques. And I gotta tell you, I could have used this last night because I only had 2 hours of sleep. With that, let me welcome Julia up to stage to give you a demo of something that I really am anxious to go use. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. I wanted to talk to you about why we have been so excited collaborating with Samsung over the last year. So we all know that so much health data is coming. 2014 is going to be a pivotal year. You're going to see all of these wearable devices come onto the market, and it's going to be an onslaught. Now, there is a huge danger for consumer data overload. If we don't spend enough time as developers creating value for the end user to actually help them interpret this data and help them get healthier and happier, all we're going to get is more and more complex data dashboards and not actually healthier human beings. And so this, I think, is the future we all want to avoid. Now, imagine, on the other hand, a world and a future where all of your data is stored in one safe, secure place, and instead of you having to sift through with it in real time, your phone becomes your smart assistant, and it pulls up the relevant things at the right time and tells you the easiest way for you personally to become healthier and happier. Well, the personal digital health future is here. S-Health is your secure data hub on the cloud, and Lark is the layer on top interpreting that data to help you become the healthiest, happiest version of yourself. So I'd like to invite Ignacio to give us a demo with me. So, how does Lark work? Well, like any personal assistant, sometimes Lark talks to you, but mostly you talk to it. So here's Lark pre-installed on the S5, and I can say, Lark, how am I doing? And Lark will answer. Hey, Julia, today is off to a terrific start. This morning's activity was off the charts. Usually, you barely walk 10 minutes before lunch, but today you already walked 27 minutes. And here is the relevant chart for me. Ever since you got to Barcelona, you've been a walking machine. Yes. It's probably because I've been running around since 6 a.m. this morning. How do you feel? Well, my heart's pumping right now, so I'm going to answer energized. You clearly don't need help getting active today. In fact, you're on pace to hit a personal best. Are you interested in going for gold? Well, I think I've got enough on my plate, so not today. Okay, no worries. But since your morning was so hectic, try to make some time for yourself this afternoon. Thank you. So, super simple, just a tiny little conversation at the right time. Lark turns your Galaxy S5 into your personal assistant for health and wellness. This is what we mean by giving you value. It looks simple, but it's really deceptively simple. Because there are thousands and thousands of conversations, each for you, and they were all designed and powered by the hundreds and hundreds of algorithms that we've developed in the last few years with some of the world's leading experts. We have Harvard professors who focus on behavior change, Stanford professors in health and wellness, even an NBA coach, and they all came together to create a personalized coach for health and wellness. All you have to do is carry your phone with your amazing new sensors. You don't even have to wear a wearable, and it will start coaching you. And more importantly, as you wear your phone more, it learns your behavioral patterns, your activity patterns, and it learns how to help you better and better, like a better assistant should. So Lark is really unlocking some of S-Health's most magical SDKs. Right now, we are using the activity data tracking piece to provide the personalized health tips. In the future, as more and more of you hardware developers and software developers send in more data, the assistant will get more smart. But more importantly, it benefits us all as developers. So this is the real reason why we are so excited to be working with Samsung. All of us as developers have probably been frustrated by the limitations of personal health data. We all have little dribs and drabs, but together we can build the world's largest database of health. And now imagine what we can do on top of that. It'll be the most contextualized, the most personalized apps and services the world has seen. So join us in this open ecosystem. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. I'm really looking forward to start using this service. Now, the greatest benefit of the S-Health SDK is the service will be an all-in-one. As I said earlier, users don't have to go to so many different applications, so many different services. They can get a good view of how they are from a wellness perspective through one application. As a developer, You can create innovative ideas, retain your brand, and you get much better discovery in S-Health directly. So we see tremendous benefits both to the user as we build out this ecosystem with your help. Now, the great news is the S-Health SDK is being released on Samsung developers' website today. So if you get a chance during one of the breaks, check out our website, download it, be creative and innovative. So with that, have a great developer day. Thank you very much.
So the next keynote is my personal favorite, actually, because it's about the gaming platform. The new platform provides a really exciting new way for us to enjoy our smartphones and to be entertained on the move. So please welcome, without further ado, a nice Barcelona round of applause, please, for the Vice President of Media Solutions Center Europe, Lee Epting.
Good morning, everyone. It's no secret that the video gaming industry is booming. In fact, it's about over $76 billion today. And on our mobile devices, games are by far the most used applications and most popular at a global base. We today in the world are spending about 3 billion hours a week playing games, video games. In fact, I can concur with that because I'm spending my spare time, that I have of it, on Candy Crush. So, you know, it is a time when we're all starting to enjoy more and more the use of games on our devices. So the popularity of apps on smartphones and tablets has led to a change in gaming behavior, where dedicated handheld gaming devices such as the Nintendo DS, the PS Vita, they are on the decline at about 15% year on year. And at the same time, mobile and tablet gaming is growing at a rate of 25% a year. So you've got a perfect storm here. What can Samsung do about that? Samsung is traditionally, as you know, a strong hardware company and a leading provider of smart devices. But Samsung devices have all the required technology and quality to handle the highest quality games and deliver great experiences to millions of people globally that own a Samsung device already. So Samsung devices could be a good substitute for the gaming console. And it could also provide a more dynamic experience for customers who want a game. But how would we do that? So we've introduced S-Console and the multi-screen gaming platform to provide our customers with a new and enriched gaming experience. So let's talk a little bit about that. The S-Console was first launched actually with the gamepad in Europe at the end of last year. And then it was showcased again at CES earlier this year. Now, it's a convenient destination to discover all the games optimized for the Samsung gamepad. The introduction of the Samsung gamepad and S-Console took Samsung mobile gaming service to the next level. It's a portable gaming experience on the go, and it's also, more importantly, a converged gaming experience on any HD TV in your home. So now let us talk a little bit about some of the key features. Setting up is easy. You're ready to play within minutes. The gamepad is actually using NFC pairing to connect with the smartphone. There's no need to load a disc into a gaming console or flip through menus. Finding games for this device is simple and quick. There's a play button on the Samsung gamepad which launches the S-Console, where you can instantly play or download optimized games. Now, let's look at some of the new improvements we're going to introduce for S-Console later this year. We are going to make buying games easier than ever. Today, consumers need to complete the game purchase using their smartphone and then tie that to Samsung apps. But soon, customers will actually launch the S-Console, find the game they want, and be able to purchase it all using the gamepad. It's one easy process. Now, game recommendation. We're going to introduce a better way to merchandise and recommend in S-Console. This new main page that you're seeing here will allow us to surface the latest and best games to the most relevant audience. Now we're excited also to talk today about the multi-screen game platform. This is an exciting development which is going to enable customers to engage in a multiplayer environment using multiple Galaxy devices. In the multi-screen platform, one Galaxy device is actually acting as the main console for gaming, and the other Galaxy devices will support different functions. That enables you to be with your family and friends to play the same game, each with a different role, and so that you can get a more integrated gaming experience. For example, let's assume you're playing a first-person shooter game with your Galaxy smartphone and you're the main character. Your friend is the supporting character, and they are essentially managing your weapons inventory. And then the third player, let's say it's your girlfriend, for example, is making sure that you are guided through the maps in that game on her tablet. To support you in the development of your multi-screen games, we're preparing a Unity 3D development tool. Now, this is going to be a very powerful and easy-to-use tool. It's going to allow you to very quickly enable your games to be multi-screen ready. We're going to be releasing this platform with the Unity Integrated Development Environment in Q3 of 2014. So we've talked about S-Console, we've talked about the gamepad, we've talked about multi-screen gaming. These are three very essential elements as Samsung moves into the gaming experience to create, number one, delightful experiences for our customers, but more importantly for all of you here today, for developers to take advantage of this great new technology and to create high-quality gaming experiences for Samsung customers. So with that, thank you.